Chapter 5 Social and Religious Reforms Part 1. In this lesson, we'll learn about Indian Renaissance, that is, change in the Indian society in terms of social and religious sections. We have learned about the concept of Renaissance. Renaissance stands for change, change for the good. Similarly, this chapter we will learn about Indian Renaissance, that is, change in the Indian structure in terms of social and religious sections of the society. Indians were introduced to Western thoughts and culture. All of us know India was ruled by the Britishers. When the Britishers started ruling the country of India, that was the time when Indians first came into contact with the Western thoughts and culture. Western thought means the culture of the Britishers. That is called as Western thoughts. Changes in terms of social, economic and cultural were seen in Indian society. Indian society was completely getting changed in terms of social, economic and cultural aspects of society. It became necessary for the Indians to eradicate the superstitions from Indian society. Superstition means blind faith. People of India were illiterate. They believed in large numbers in various types of superstitions. It was very important for the Indians who became literate later to change this condition and take out the Indian society out of superstitions. A new society was formed based on principles like humanity, equality, and fraternity. Indians earlier were illiterate. They did not know what was right, what was wrong. They never thought anything scientifically. Because of that reason, when the Britishers were ruling the country of India, they realized that the Indian society is completely dipped into the superstitions. Slowly and gradually, when Indian freedom fighters came across the Western thoughts, Western education, Indian society, they were people who were literate. They realized that Indian society is not functioning into good conditions. They realized that it was very important for the Indian people to take them out from the beliefs they were into, that was superstitions. And for that reason, all the Indians who were educated, they tried to form society based on principles like humanity. Humanity is insaniyat, where you become friendly and helpful to everybody around you. Equality. Equality stands for equal in terms of girls, boys, men, women, all terms of religions, and fraternity terms for respect. These two important qualities were very important for the Indian literate to change the structure of the Indian society. The intellectual awakening of Indian society is called as Indian Renaissance. All the freedom fighters who became literate, who came across the Indian society, they realized that it was very important to change society of India, which was dipped into superstitions. A new society was formed based on principles like humanity, equality, and fraternity. It was not easy for the freedom fighters to change society in one go. It took many years and also step by step various things were done to change the structure of the India. First is various Samaj were formed. Samaj means group of people coming together and forming an organization is called as Samaj. There were 5 important organizations also called as Samaj founded. First is Brahma Samaj, Pratna Samaj, Satya Shodak Samaj, Arya Samaj and Ramakrishna Mission. All the Samaj, all the group which were founded by various freedom fighters, educated freedom fighters, helped to change the social and economic structure of Indian society. First is Brahma Samaj. founded by Rajaram Mohan Roy in the year 1828. Principles. The main aim of the Samaj was to bring caste and class equality. Caste and class in terms of social factors. Rich, poor were equal in terms of caste and class. Nobody was rich, nobody was superior, everybody was equal. Protest against rituals. Indian society was very depth to something called as rituals. Rituals means to practice some unlawful act which are not good, which are not acceptable by society. The most important work done by Pratna or by Brahma Samaj was opposed sati. Sati is an act, as told earlier also. Sati means if a husband dies, the wife of the husband does not have right to leave her life. She has to jump or she has to die along with the husband. That was called as sati. Child marriage. Children, when they were born, they were married by their parents, and they started something called as widow remarriage. Since the act of sati was stopped, there remained widow in society. The widows were then allowed to get married again. That was called as widow remarriage. He also founded something called as Hindu College for the people of the Hindu to get educated. He started newspapers like Samvad Kaumudi. All this work was done by Brahma Samaj to change the society of the Indian culture. Next is Pratna Samaj, founded by Dadaba Panduranga Tadhalkar in the year 1848. Dr. Atmaram Panduranga was the first president of Pratna Samaj. The principles or the values of Pratna Samaj were opposition to idol worship. Idol worship stands for Murti Puja. When you keep some Murti, a statue in front of you, you worship that, that was stopped. According to him, the real way to worship God is to your deeds, good behavior. He also gave the values of something called as monotheism. Monotheism means to believe that God is only one. No matter there are various religions on the earth, God is only one. That is called as monotheism. The work of Pratna Samaj was they started various orphanages. Orphanages means a house, an institution, an organization that takes care of the children who do not have their parents. They started women's education. All of us know in India, the condition of women was very poor. Women were never allowed to take education. Pratna Samaj started education for women and also started night schools for workers. There were various workers in society who were very poor. They had to do jobs, and since they had to go on jobs, they did not get time to get education. For these people who went on jobs for the daytime, they had something called as night schools, so that these workers would go to work in the day and go to schools at night. That is called as night schools. And he founded something called as Depressed Class Mission. This particular mission or organization mainly focused on solving problems of the Indian society, Indian people. Satyashodak Samaj, founded by Mahatma Jyotirao Phule. We have known him for the first person to start education for girls, schools for girls. He founded the Samaj in the year 1873. His principles, his values was society should be based on equality. For him, girls and boys, men, women, rich, poor, everybody was same. He always focused on bringing society upwards only on one principle, that is equality. He wrote various books, and one of his famous books is the book called as Gulamgiri. Arya Samaj, founded by Swami Dayananda Saraswati in the year 1875. The most important principle of Arya Samaj was gender equality. Gender equality means equal in terms of girls, boys, men, women. The most important slogan given by Arya Samaj was go back to Vedas. That means go to the previous section of society and learn how they live their life. According to this Arya Samaj, it was very important to bring gender equality. Girls and boys, men, women should be equal in terms of all sections in society. That was the main aim of the Arya Samaj. Ramakrishna Mission, founded by Swami Vivekananda in the year 1897. The work of Ramakrishna Mission was specifically to help famine-stricken people. Famine means a condition, a natural condition where you have no water. When there is no rainfall, you cannot cultivate crops. Since you cannot cultivate crops, you don't get food to eat. There were people who did not get food to eat since there was famine. They needed medical help to poor. Okay, in the situation, the Ramakrishna Mission worked for the people who were facing problems of famine, who required medical help, those who were poor, those who were sick and could not afford to go to a doctor. Arya Samaj, along with Ramakrishna Mission, worked for the people who were poor in terms of medical help and support. And also, this Samaj worked for the female education as well. Arise, awake and stop not till the goal is achieved was a famous message given by Swami Vivekananda. This message was for the people of the society to get themselves gear up and start working to change society of India. Let's summarize what we have learned. Meaning of Indian Renaissance. As we have learned, Indian society was dipped down into very superstitions, blind faith. Indian leaders who became educated, they realized the condition and tried to change the scenario. And for that reason, various changes took place. Society was formed based on humanitarianism, fraternity, and equality. And that is called as Indian Renaissance. The society of India was changed from bad to good. That is called as Indian Renaissance. And West, various Samajas were founded. This Samaj or the organization worked for the people to change the condition of India in terms of social and cultural aspects. The next chapter will be continued in your next video.